Started here too. Awesome. Alrighty. Well, as Melissa said there, my name is Jacob Selecki. I get the great privilege of working with your brokerage. Also work with about some other offices in the central region, and excited to be talking about the Core Listing Machine, Design Center, and Core Social. So we're going to jump right in. As you probably noticed, you do have an open chat to be able to ask any questions, as well as I'll call out the Q&A section. I do have another screen here, so I'll be trying to look over here. And I know that I've got Melissa and Hannah as panelists too, so we'll try to call out any questions. So feel free to ask them while we're going out. I'll try to keep an eye on what we've got in the chat and Q&A. Otherwise, we'll have some time at the end. Last thing to call out is if you are taking notes, just a heads up that these slides will be given to you at the end. And again, make sure that you have the recording, slides, everything available to you later on too. So with that being said, let's dive right in here. So got a little bit of an agenda. First couple of things here is I want to discuss some of the benefits of these new channels and features that are going to be available to you for marketing purposes. So what this whole session is going to be about is all of your marketing, creating content, different assets, even some listing promotion and social media. So we're going to talk a little bit about those pieces. We'll also discover how these new tools, where you can find them, and how they function inside of MaxTech powered by KV Core. And last thing, I always like to set up every section when it comes to MaxTech powered by KV Core on how you can be set up for success by using these tools. So make sure to key in whenever I say you need to make sure that you focus on this or see this section that's available to you. So as we dive in here, what is the most important pieces that we're really talking about with these Core Listing Machine, Design Center, and Core Social? What is the reason we're switching over to this? Well, as you might know, we had Megaphone before that had all of your listing content or personal promotion, even some advertisement, right? Because as Remax, we definitely know that when it comes to technology tools, you need tools that are going to help with marketing too. So hopefully all of us can agree that marketing is a very crucial part of your real estate business for many different reasons, right? Sometimes we think it's just for listings, but it's also much more than just that too. This is going to help you when it comes to credibility of your brand, reputation of yourself, and staying competitive and building relationships. So keep that in mind as we're going through our Core Listing Machine, Design Center, and Core Social. This is much more than just posting about your listings or creating a flyer. There's also a lot of different content when it comes to personal promotion. So we're going to dive into that as well. These new features have, as you're hearing me talk about it, 3 different aspects that we're going to focus on throughout this session: Core Listing Machine, Core Social, and Design Center. They kind of all work together to make it as easy as possible when it comes to all of your marketing efforts, when it comes to listings, and like I said, some personal promotion too. So I'm going to dive into piecing each one of those together, making sure that you have a clear and successful way of using these different aspects for your business. Couple of design features that I just want to call out before we dive in. Whenever we switch over to a new product, right? We've had Megaphone before. The question always comes up, what are we losing? Well, let me tell you this. You're actually not losing anything when it comes to these features that we're providing via MaxTech powered by KV Core. Instead, you're actually really gaining features. And I would say this, that especially our Design Center section, it makes it much easier to use. And so I'm going to take you through creating and customizing a flyer today. We'll showcase what's available inside of the listing kits in Core Listing Machine, and also going to talk through how Core Social doesn't just promote your listings, but also allows you to promote your brand and other different types of content across social media platforms. So keep that in mind through while we're going out here. Is we're gaining much more with this product. And I can promise you this is if you're someone who utilized Megaphone before, This section, especially our design center section, much easier to use, a lot more different options when it comes to templates. So let's first start off talking about the core listing machine. Before I dive into all the different sections of this, let me take you back again, comparing us to what we previously had not that long ago, right? And that's Megaphone. Inside of Megaphone, many of you were used to that you probably didn't even maybe even log in that often because you were given emails for a listing packet, right? Our listing packet included all the different things, all the different assets and pieces of content that you needed for promoting your listing. Core listing machine is a very similar process. What this section is going to do is encompass two different aspects. The first being all of the different listings that you have, you're going to see a carousel of your listings in new core listing machine. Inside this section, you'll see all of the automatic created materials and content for each one of those listings. Along with that, you'll always get an email with a listing kit for each one of those listings. Those listing kits are going to be given to you for just listed, coming soon, sold, open house, and price reduction. So those 5 different ones. What I'll say, and I'll go in this in just a second, just to show what this looks like. By default, Remax has already given every single agent a turned on listing kit right now. So you'll have some default content already provided. So if you're wondering, hey, it looks like I'm not getting those emails from Megaphone anymore, you're probably receiving those through KV Core. So again, Core Listing Machine is going to separate in number 1, here's all the different assets for your listings. And the second section, it's going to allow you to create your own listing kit. So before, we had a listing packet that was just given to you. You couldn't really edit that. You couldn't choose what templates were being provided every single time you had a new listing or open house, price reduction, and so on. Although I said there is a default listing kit, what's a really cool feature that you can use if you want to, it's probably a little bit more advanced if you really want to get customizable when it comes to every single time you have those triggers, you can create your own listing kit. So there's a Remax default kit that we're providing to you already. You don't have to do anything to turn that on. I just want to make sure that you're aware you're getting those assets already. You should already be getting that content via KV Core now. However, you also can create your own listing kit. So what this is going to do is allow you to choose what templates do I want to provide to yourself as an agent, right? Or if you're a team in here, what different templates do we want to provide every single time there's a just listed, open house, coming soon, price reduction, or just sold there. So you're getting those options besides just the ones that Remax is providing. I'm going to show you what this looks like in just a minute. I'm logged into an agent account, and so you're going to see exactly what that looks like. But you're going to have all those different opportunities to do much more than just the default that we're giving you. As I said, though, I do just want to make everyone aware to make this very easy in terms of being successful is the recognition that you should all be receiving listing kits from KV Core as of a couple weeks ago already. So listing packets from Megaphone are no longer, and now we have our listing kits provided via KV Core. You're going to see again, this is what the listing kits you are receiving probably already is based off this Remax default kits. You'll see 8 different items that are included. You have 3 different styles of postcards, 1 flyer, a brochure, and 3 types of social media posts. Again, these are provided to you via email that you can access these at any time here. But again, the really huge benefit, I'm sure many of you already see this when it comes to KV Core, we have an option when it comes to default, but of course we always give that option. And now we have this option even with these kits via our core listing machine where you can create your own. The process is pretty easy. Like I said, every single time your listing goes live or it's a price reduction, it's a similar process that we've had before. That based off of our criteria, so let's say an example, you put a new listing in the MLS, because we have a connection with the MLS, because KV Core has that connection, it's going to know to trigger that either customized kit or the default kit. When that happens, that means that that marketing material is going to be emailed to you immediately, and you can download that via the email, or you can even access that kit in Core Listing Machine. Then you can either download those, print them, share them, or post to social media. Hopefully this is just as easy as it's always been for you. Again, these are already being emailed. We wanted to make sure that you had that default kit there. And I'm going to talk through some ways that you can go ahead and create your own. So I'm going to switch into MaxTac powered by KV Core. As with every single training I always like to do, before I even go into KV Core, let me back up and always go to remax.net into MaxCenter. Make sure to access MaxTac powered by KV Core. You are always logging into MaxCenter. Please ignore mine that says .com. Yours will say .net. Just note that's a little different because I work for Remax LLC. Once we sign into remax.net with your Remax credentials, just want you to notice that on your dashboard is where you'll always be taken. Some of you may see on your dashboard as you scroll down a tile that says Platform MaxTac powered by KV Core. That's what will take you into KV Core, our version. If you do not see that on your dashboard, no problem. You can find this tile by going to the upper left-hand corner, right under our MaxCenter logo. You'll go to Apps and Tools, and then you'll just want to look for the tile that's listed Platform MaxTac powered by KV Core. You zoom in here just so that way you can see exactly what that looks like right there. Go ahead and click on that tile, and that will take you directly into your KV Core dashboard. So just a quick reminder there, any single thing that you're doing to getting into KV Core, right? This is what your dashboard should look like via our MaxTac powered by KV Core dashboard. As I said, I'm in an active agent account. Just wanted to make sure that we all look the same for our accounts. To access your core listing machine, so everything that we kind of just talked about through our slides, on my left-hand side, you're going to see this navigation menu. In the upper right-hand corner, you should see a logo or something that says MaxTac powered by KV Core. If yours happens to look like this, where you just see a lot of different icons, you can always expand your menu item by clicking on this hamburger menu, just as a heads up, so that way you see the titles of all of your navigation. I know sometimes that happens there for some of us. On our left-hand side, to access new core listing machine, we're going to hover over the marketing navigation menu item, and we're just going to click on the section that's listed as new core listing machine. Now, this is an account where this agent does not have any listings in their My Listings section. If they did, they would have different sections in there that would say My Listings, and it would show each listing where they could then click on a button that says View Assets. What that is doing is it is taking you to the listing kit that was already created for that specific listing. So if you're wondering, hey, I'm used to in Megaphone that I went to that listing section, I clicked on that listing packet. Where can I see all the different assets that were already given to me via the listing kit, right? So maybe besides that email that was given to you, you'd go to Marketing, New Core Listing Machine, and you'd see your listings there, and you can view those assets directly there. That's going to allow you to easily edit any of those assets that have already been created for you. So if you have any questions of, I got the email and the listing kit, but I'm not sure how to edit that, that's where we need to go into MaxTac powered by KV Core. Go to our core listing machine and you'll see those listings, and you can easily change those out. I'll show you how easy it is to edit those designs. Once we get to the Design Center section, it'll be the same process there. So first thing there, I know this is going to seem very simple, but I just want to make sure that this is very clear. This is where you can get your listing packets or your listing kits, number one. Number two, make sure to look at those emails. So if you know that you have a new listing and you see maybe the next day You receive that listing kit from kvCORE. That is your listing packet. I know the verbiage is a little bit different, but essentially it's the same thing. Okay, that's my first thing when it comes to the core listing machine. The second thing I want to call out here is you're going to notice right below under your listings, a section that says marketing listing kits. By default, you're going to see our Remax default kit. That's the listing kit that I mentioned that's there for every single agent. So it should already be in your account, and you're going to see right here that this is active too. You'll notice it's active because it's blue. This means right now I get a new listing, price reduction, open house, or so on. I'm going to receive all the materials that are included in this listing kit. Now, question we might have here is what's included in the listing kit? You can click on this button that says edit. It's going to all be grayed out, but you'll still get to see the different assets that are being provided to you. So you're going to see here, these are the 8 different options that are coming to you right now. So without doing anything, this is what is given to you. Now, a little bit later on, as I'm scrolling down in this section, we're going to talk about how you can be posting your listings to social media. And I'll actually teach you, number one, we have to connect our social media accounts first. And then once we do so, we have to go back to our listing kit and turn on our social media auto posting. So just want to answer this right here, and I'll call it out a little bit later when we connect our social media accounts. Can I automatically post my listings on my social media account? Yes, absolutely. You can do that inside of the listing kit settings. So again, I was just looking at my default kit. If I click on edit, and because I have my Facebook account connected, you can see now that I'm automatically going to be able to select my Facebook page. So that way, every single time I have a new listing, price reduction, or so on, those social media posts will occur. I would just click on save. So that's our default. Again, mostly the only thing you just need to note there is you can easily connect your social media account and turn that on. Look out for those emails. Now, that's what we need to be set up for success. The second part here is you can do this, but you don't have to. If you want additional items every single time you have a new listing, price reduction, or open house, and you want to choose the templates that are coming to you, there is an option for creating your own listing kit as well. I'm going to answer that question in just a minute there, just as a heads up. So as I said before, if you wanted to, you can create your own listing kit. So if I click on this button that says create new kit, this is going to allow you to create your own settings besides just the one that Remax is giving you. And so the first thing that we're going to see is our listing kit name. So this might be something that you want to say, I'm just going to call this my listing kit. Or if there's a team on here, you're going to name this as your team because you're going to be providing these templates to yourself. So you're basically creating your own listing packet every single time you have any of, again, just listed, coming soon, price reduction, or so on. So we might call that my listing kit. I want to notify myself when those assets are ready. Then the second section is going to tell me the rule and logic. So this is going to say which listings are going to apply to this kit. So is this going to be all of my listings? Every single time I have a listing, it's going to then run through this kit? Or do I want to maybe create listing packets for luxury or commercial or land? You can also do that too. So you can do it for all of your listings or certain listings here. Then as we scroll down, I'm going to choose all my listings for our example here. Then I'm going to have this listing lifecycle. So this is going to say, based off of what I'm putting in my MLS, this listing kit is going to be provided to me when it's a just listed property, coming soon, price reduction, open house, or just sold. Any of those options, as long as, and this might be, I'm a little unfamiliar with this area, I just want to make sure. Are you all able to mark it coming soon or just sold? Is that accurate? Okay, then yes, you should be getting those listing kits as long as we're good to go there then. So I can choose all of these options, or what I can say is I don't want one for a price reduction or open house. You can see here, you just need to toggle that button on or off there. The last thing here is under the included materials. This is where you are choosing the different materials, the different content that you want to be provided, those different templates every single time we hit this cycle, right? So all we need to do to add those items is click on add item. And you're going to see now you are given an option for flyers, postcard designs, and brochures. Because remember, in your Remax kit, you're only given those 8 options. And maybe you want more options every single time you have a new listing, price reduction, and so on. So I'm going to choose maybe 3 different flyers. I'm going to choose 4 different postcards just by clicking on the name of that tile there, and maybe 2 brochures. Then I'm going to go to social media and do the same thing. Choose 4 different options here as well. So those are our print and social media. Now I'm going to do something here and kind of give you a pro tip here. To make sure that you include a video and property site, right now we have this design style under the company. If you change that to traditional, you're going to be able to select the video and property site. So just a quick note there, if you want that video and property site, you're going to automatically be under that company. So you'll want to change that to traditional to access video and property site there. Just going to select a couple of those social media posts and print one more time just to show you what that looks like. When I click on those items, we'll click on that add selected. And now you can see this is what is going to be included in my listing kit. The last thing, as I said, every single time you have a listing kit, you can notice right below, if you want your social to offer these to be posted for your social media, you can also connect your social accounts. And we'll go through that a little bit later as well. Once I'm done creating my customized version of my listing kit, on the bottom left-hand corner, we'll click on save. So now what you're going to see is once I'm done with this, I now have a Remax default kit and my listing kit. Now there's 2 of them that are turned on. That would be a little overwhelming potentially, right? Every single time you have a new listing, you have 2 different emails that are coming to you with all of this different content. You can see here, you can play around with this and test it out. And so you can turn one of these on or off just by clicking that under that active column here. So for example, I just created one with 9 designs. So I'm going to turn my Remax one off because I chose different templates there. This is how you can create your own kit. Again, I'd say that's maybe a little bit more advanced. If you really want to do that, you can. Otherwise, you don't have to. We already have these listing kits. They should already be coming to you. Okay, before I jump, it doesn't look like we have any questions, but if we do, I just want to give us a quick second here. Any questions? This is our core listing machine. This is basically where you can access your assets for those listing kits at any time, or where you can change out our settings here for a specific listing kit. Okay, looks like we're good to go. So I'm going to go back to my slides here, and we're going to start talking about core social now. Core social, this is your opportunity to start promoting your listings and your business through social media, right? We see the word social on there. So obviously going to talk about how you can start promoting yourself via social media. Now, before I even dive into all the different sections of this here, I want to just make sure to call it a couple of items. Number 1, this is promoting your listings and you're promoting different articles or holidays via your business page. So specifically for Facebook, this is going to be your business page. I always get that question all the time, so I wanted to call that out there. Okay, so why should we be promoting ourselves in the first place across social media, right? Some of you might be on here and say, I don't really dabble in social media too much. Well, I always say I've worked for a couple of different offices here in Central Illinois, and the first thing I always do when I onboard a new agent, right, is make sure at the very least we have a Facebook business page, right? Just to make sure that, if people are searching you on Facebook, that's a great spot to be found, and just to have some type of content that is posting about what you do to establish some type of brand awareness and credibility, especially when it comes to your listings. This is a great opportunity to get maybe some potential buyers or even potential sellers just by posting on your social media accounts. That's when it comes to listings. Now, also, sometimes you might even have people that are searching for you and they need some help when it comes to being a first time home buyer, or they want to see your open houses or any other type of real estate content. What does the buying process look like, or selling process? Posting relevant content and getting people to engage with that is a really unique way of having organic leads come to you, and just a great channel to be promoting your brand. So this is a huge thing when it comes to social media. Now, a lot of times as agents, we know here that, hey, I am not a marketing expert and I need some help with this, right? And that is why a tool like this, Core Social, is so useful. It's going to help you to automatically post relative content beyond just your listings. So that's what we're going to walk you through, and kind of getting an idea of that. As I said, what's really cool about this here, it's going to help save some time and energy, make sure you got some relevant and top of mind content, engaging as well, and of course, cost effective, because this comes with our product when it comes to Core Listing Machine, Design Center, and Core Social. So let's walk through a couple of the options that you're going to be given. As I said before, you have the option where we'll be able to connect our social media accounts, so that way you can have those auto posts of your listings. That's awesome. But also, you have two different ways to have relevant content that's going to be posted. The first is going to be through different articles that's going to have relevant content based off different categories of content. So that can be things like real estate, it can be finance, it can even be things like architecture or food. I'm going to show you how you can choose those different categories too. Additionally, for any types of holidays that you want to post about, you can also have content that's going to be automatically posted on your behalf. What's really nice is once you connect those accounts too, specifically for Facebook, you get to see some analytics behind how people are engaging with this content. Soon coming with those analytics will be Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So I'm going to walk through how we can get those social accounts connected and choose those different articles via slides. And then we're going to do it together, of course, inside the product. All right. So first thing is, once we get those accounts connected, like I said, you're going to see some analytics. You'll also see a full calendar of all of the different posts that are going out on your behalf too. So you'll always know what's coming up, especially if you get those articles that are going out 4 times a week or a couple times a week. You'll get to see a list of when those articles are going to happen, and you can even turn some of them on or off at any given point. Also talked about a little bit of those analytics. As I said there, you'll get to see the engagement within Facebook specifically. LinkedIn and Twitter are coming soon. Okay, so getting started, how do we first get our accounts connected? Number one, in the upper right-hand corner of Core Social, so under that marketing tab, if we hover over that and click on Core Social, which I said we'll do that in just a couple of minutes here. When you click on that in the upper right-hand corner, there's going to be a button that says Settings and Preferences. This is just to get your Facebook, your LinkedIn, or Twitter account connected. Once you click on that button, you'll then see a pop-up button or a pop-up screen that's going to show 3 different sections. The first one that I really want to focus on is connecting our social accounts here. This is where you're linking your professional accounts there, right? So just want to clarify that this is our business page for whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. To connect those accounts, once you click on that edit button, you're then going to be taken to a screen that's going to show you for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. For each one of those sections, on the right-hand side, you're going to see a button that says Connect. That's going to take you to the screen to connect your social accounts. It's going to take you through the process if you've done this before, whether it was in Megaphone or if anyone else has ever used a type of system that makes you log into your social account via a third-party application like KV Core here. It'll have you use your login information and you can easily connect your account. Once you're done connecting your account, you're then going to choose that you want to allow posting to happen. So even when you do connect your account, you'll still want to choose allow posting, giving that extra level of security there for you. Once the accounts are connected, this is where we have the opportunity to add some additional pieces of content going out on your behalf. This is also, once your accounts are connected, then you'll be able to see inside that listing kit that you can easily turn on those automated social posts for your listings. We'll get to that a little bit here though, and I'll show you how you can go back to that and access it. Therefore, in this next section here in our settings, we're then choosing an opportunity to post relative content that is going to be different articles that would be going out on your business page. So we went to and looked at that social media connections. Now we're in the middle section of our settings, and this is where you're going to see different articles that you can post and the frequency. So this is what that page is going to, or that section is going to look like for you. You're going to, number one, choose the frequency of these different articles going out and the different categories of these articles. Again, this is just relative content to try to stay top of mind and get people to engage with this content. So again, if you're someone who's not posting on a regular basis, you're only posting listings, this is a great way to switch it up when it comes to engaging with people across social media platforms. The last thing too is if you want to choose any type of holiday to post for, you'll also have that option. Makes it again nice and automated for you here. You'll just choose from any of these different types of holidays. I can click on the check mark button next to it and allow that to be posted on your social media there. Once you do have this connected, this is where that calendar feature is going to be very useful for you. Question that might come up is, once this happens and I start connecting these different articles to post on my social media, is this a set it and forget it? I never have to look at it again? Maybe, right? That's kind of up to you. This does automatically go on your behalf. But if you're wondering, well, next week, what are my social posts going to look like? That's where that calendar feature on Core Social is really going to come into play there. You're going to be able to see a preview up to 1 week in advance. And so for some of you who you want this to be a set it and forget it, you can. If you're someone who's, I want to be a little cautious, I want to see what type of articles are going to be posted, or can I edit this content that is going out? You can. Up to 1 week in advance, you can always go into Core Social on this calendar section and click on the social post that's going to go out. I'll show you what that looks like. You can even change out the different articles that are going out on your behalf. So if you don't like the article, here's a really good example one. There's an article that was doing a training for this last week, and there was an article that someone chose for food, and it was about bacon. And maybe you think why am I posting that on my business page? That has nothing to do with real estate, right? Sure, if that's where you're at there, you might want to swap that article. So inside of our calendar section, if we have those articles selected, we would click on that button. It would show you the different articles that are about to be posted like this. And you can either do 1 or 3 different things here. You can deactivate the article, meaning you're not going to post on that day, which is totally up to you. You can edit the content, the text that is going to be included within that that social post. Or number 3, you can swap the article. So for example, the example I gave there, if you have something going out food and for some reason it's about bacon, you can swap that article out and have a different one that's going to be posted on your behalf. So you have a lot of different options when it comes to actually changing this here. It's really up to you. If this is a set it and forget it and you want it to be that way, you can. Or you can also use this to start editing that content, swapping out those articles, or maybe even deleting that post for a day. So it's really up to you on the type of engagement and the type of activity that you want to have on your social media accounts. So let me go ahead and switch into Core Social to give us an idea of what this is going to look like. Going back to my screen, as we were in before, I was automatically in my Core Listing machine. To access Core Social, on my left-hand side, I'm going to hover over marketing again and scroll down and look for new core social. The first thing I want to call out is connecting our social media accounts. In the upper right-hand corner here, you're going to see a section that says settings and preferences. So if I zoom in here, settings and preferences is how we're going to connect our social media and turn on those articles and holiday posting. I'll click on our settings and social media and preferences. The first thing to call out is on the first box that says social media connections. This is another quick tip here to get started at the very least of getting those listing posts done. Make sure that you get your social media account connected. That's top priority. If there's one thing that you want to take away with Core Social and you want those listing posts to be done, make sure to get your social media connected, because I'm going to promise you, I'm going to show you how you can get those listing posts connected and done too. To connect your accounts, it's a pretty simple process. You'll click on edit. And on the right-hand side, you're going to see a section here for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All you'll need to do is click on the button for connect next to the social media you want to connect. It's going to ask you to log into your Facebook account, your LinkedIn account, or your Twitter account. Then you're going to be able to easily choose your business page for Facebook, or again, for LinkedIn. It's just going to log you in. And once you're done logging in, it'll then take you back to the platform and show connected here. Similar to what you're seeing that my Facebook account is already connected. I did that just today, just before this session here. Once your accounts are connected, again, you're going to see that button for allow posting. It's going to be off by default. You'll just turn that on. This is basically just saying that you are allowing this system to post on your behalf. Once you're done connecting your accounts, in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll click on save. So number one, most important thing, get that social media account connected. The very least, get your business, your Facebook business page connected there. Two other things that I want to call out. The middle section here are articles. If I click on the edit button, this is allowing you to choose on this Facebook business page here. I'm allowing content, and I am choosing the frequency for these articles to go out. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, let's say I want to post about real estate, mortgage, buying and selling tips here. You can see that you can choose 8 or more categories for the best different types of results there. So I can keep choosing more if I wanted to. And that's the different type of articles that are going to go out on these days. Once I'm done choosing those types of categories for those articles, I'm just going to save my settings. Because again, this is an automatic post. And initially you'll get to see those different posts up to 1 week in advance there. So I'm going to click on save settings there. And now what this is saying is on Monday, Wednesday, and I think Saturday or Friday, whatever I posted or it shows there, these different types of articles will be coming out on my behalf on my Facebook account there. So that's what this section is. Top of mind, engaging content there for you. Lastly, if you want to post for any different types of holidays, we'll click on the button edit under holidays. And same thing here, you're going to allow that content to be posted. And let's say I'm going to post for these different types of holidays and click on save settings. So if you're someone that likes those going out, but again, maybe we have to create that content ourselves, take some time. This is going to make it much easier for you to do via Core Social. Excuse me. Once you have done save those settings and you've connected your accounts here, that's where I know I just started this, right? I just connected those accounts. So I don't have anything planned yet for those articles to be posted right away today. But you'll notice once I go to my calendar view, since I started and turned on the different categories, if I go into September, again, 1 week in advance here, you can see on the calendar view, I can look at those days that I said I'm going to be posting on social media and say, what is going to be posted on my business page? So I can click on that gray button next to the day. And this is going to show me already, this is the article that's going to be posted tomorrow. So it's already giving me that article. I can then edit the post caption. So edit anything here. in this section. I can also swap the article. So if I don't like what's about to be posted here, and you'll see this is the article, and you can see the full article too. I can swap the article if I want to and choose from these different options. So if I think this one's more relevant, I'm going to choose this one and save that and swap it. If I'm also looking at this and saying, I don't want to post this at all, this doesn't make a lot of sense for what I'm doing or my area, then I can also deactivate this article and it's not going to post at all then for tomorrow. I can click on save. So this is, again, where you're getting the option to, if I want to set it and forget it, I could. Or what I can also do is making sure that I have relative content, engaging content that really sounds like your voice. Make sure you're going into Course Social, clicking on that calendar to look and view at those different articles that are about to be posted on your behalf. That's our most important part for our articles, is to look at that. Again, because I haven't posted anything yet, and honestly, I know my business page, there would be zero interaction, but in the middle section here, you can see the analytics behind any engagement there, specifically for Facebook. The last thing I really want to talk about with Course Social is this section that's going to show your listings, right? As I said, once you get your social media account connected, that's where we want to go back to your listing kit and choose which kit that you want those automatic social posts. So my social media account is connected. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over marketing and I'm going to go back to my new core listing machine. Since I have my Facebook account connected now, even if I'm still just going to choose that Remax default kit, I'm going to click edit next to my kit and scroll down and allow under that social media auto posting, I'm going to allow that to go to my Facebook page here. So you're going to notice that that Facebook page is connected. And once you have that connected, then we can click on that on button. And this is now saying we're going to have an automatic social post for my just listed, coming soon, price reduction, open house, and just sold there. So hopefully at the very least, we're doing that for our listings. Get your social media accounts connected, the very least your Facebook business page. I, of course, recommend choosing some articles and maybe even some holiday posts, but go back and definitely do that for those automatic social posts to your listings there. All right, doesn't look like we have any questions yet on Course Social. So I'm going to go back to my slides here. And for our last little bit, we're going to end on talking about Design Center. So let me give you a couple of situations here. We have our listing content being given to you. We have our social media account connected. But what if you want to go in and start customizing the content, right? You're going to be giving an automatic flyer or postcard or brochure. But you might be thinking, well, I might want to swap out those images or maybe change some of the text and even maybe the size of the text or the image or the listing image that's coming in, right? Before, we used to tell you had to go to this Megaphone Deluxe platform, and that's where you could find all of your additional templates. Well, it's a little bit different now. Instead, what I'm going to tell you is you're going to be going into Design Center. This is where you're going to access all of your customizable digital and print marketing materials, right? We talked about your listing kit. That's already being emailed to you. But now if you want more options for personal promotion or for any of your listings, you can go in here and access Design Center. Design Center is really easy to find the content that you're looking for because it's going to filter out the content by what you're looking for, whether that be print media, social media, even video, and a property website there. So you can easily choose those options. Once you access the different type of filter, you're just then going to click on the template that you want to start editing. It's a really simple process. You click on the design, and then if it's specifically for a listing, you choose the listing. And I'll tell you this, it's actually any listing in your MLS, which is really great for our buyer's agents out there. It's automatically going to syndicate all of the listing data, images directly from your MLS. But you can easily change this information, the text, or the photos. You can even add a co-agent also. So I'm going to walk you through the process of easily clicking on a flyer and changing out some of the contents of the design. So I'm going to go back to MaxTech powered by KV Core. Just a good question that really came in here. Does the basic kit cost anything for social media posts? So I'll just answer that really quickly here. Everything I'm showing you here, this is just new features that we get because this is MaxTech powered by KV Core. So no additional costs, nothing like that at all there. Great question there. To access Design Center, go to our left-hand navigation again, hover over Marketing, and click on Design Center. The dashboard of Design Center, as I said, has those different filters to choose the different type of media you want. So if you want print media, social media, video, or website. For my example, I'm just going to take you through easily editing a flyer. So I'm going to click on print media, and you're going to see all the different designs I have available. So for flyers, I have 29 different designs. Postcard, I have 96 different designs. Brochures, you have 5. Remax has already put in a lot of content in here for you, and I think it looks really, really good too. So I recommend looking through, and let's say maybe for a flyer, I want to see all the different types of flyers, and choose the best one that I think is maybe going to work for this just listed that I'm going to look at. So I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to choose this option, or I'm going to choose this option right here in the middle. So choose this flyer. Now, this is just me choosing the design. So I'm going to take you then to this is editing and choosing the listing for this design. So on the right-hand side of my screen, the first section you're going to see here is our listing. So it's going to ask us to select a listing address here. So I'm just going to click on this dropdown. And again, just to call out here one more time, this is not just for your listing. This can be for any listings in the MLS. So I'm just going to click on an address just for our example. Once I click on the address here, it's going to automatically put in all the content that's directly from the MLS. I actually want to choose something else. I don't really like that one. Okay, there we go. Automatically going to put in everything from the MLS here. It's going to brand everything to you, as you can see. So in my bottom left-hand corner, it's going to automatically brand this. This is all coming over for you. But as you can see, as I start hovering over some of this text, it looks like you can click on it and change that. You can click on it and change that. So any of these text boxes, if you're wondering, well, I know this came over from the MLS, but I want to change this, you can easily change this content. You can change the font, the sizing, the color, even some of the format there too. I'll even just call a great example because I know this always comes up. What if for some reason the MLS didn't mention that it was a 2.5 bath? Well, you can go ahead and change that really easily now. You get to see all those changes up front there. Again, any of this text, this is still a template that's being provided to you, but you do have some options of changing out this template. Now, what about the images? How can we change those? All you need to do is click on the image that you want to change out, and you can either swap the image, crop or edit it, and even remove it. So we're just going to click on swap image. It's going to grab all the images from the MLS. I can just click on the image that I want it to be replaced with, and then insert file. And it'll automatically then insert that file for me. Hopefully you're probably seeing for me that there's really not much more to it. It's really easy to start editing these different templates. Couple other things I just want to call out here. As I scroll down on my right-hand side, I just want to call out number 1 that you're going to see under this branding section, an option to add a co-agent. If I click on that option, I can choose another agent in my brokerage, and it'll automatically include their information as well. So nice and easy that you can do that. So for any teams here, I know it was always pretty difficult for us to get that team branding in there and to make sure you have both the agents on here. This is a really simple way to do this. When you're done editing your piece of content, all you're going to do is on the right-hand side, you just want to download that and get ready to print it. You can click on download and you'll see the different options for printing. Whether that be your local printer or you're going to go maybe to a certain vendor that you have, you're going to have those options included. Now, I know in the previous system, we were working through Deluxe, and of course, they're a printing company, right? So you could start purchasing those printed materials through them. I'll let you know this, we don't have that right away yet. You can still work with whatever vendor you would like to, but in the future, KV Core is building out the option to print and pay for prints directly out of here. It's not included right off the bat. I know that's a little frustrating maybe for some of us who were doing that. My recommendation is go with whether your brokerage has different options or maybe your local vendor there. But that is coming in the future. Another thing I'll call out here is if I wanted to go back to the change of this design, I could just go to the bottom left-hand corner and click on save to easily access this a little bit later if I need some more time for editing this here. In terms of Design Center, you can see here, I can do this for print material, for social media material, and again, for video and website. This is where you are going to have more designs and more templates that you are editing. Really nice and easy way to edit the content here too. I hope you all agree with me. I would say this is probably my most exciting feature when it comes to these new sections, just because our previous system took some time and energy to edit those materials there. I'm going to switch back over, and that is the last section I had for us today. And so just so you know, I'll make sure that you get access to these slides, but just in case if you're on here and you want to see it right now, you can go ahead and use your phone for the QR code. Melissa and Hannah will also give you access to these slides and the recording a little bit later too. I got 5 minutes for us. Any questions that we can answer that I didn't cover? It looks like I know Melissa got one for me, and then I know I answered this one live too. But anything else that we can answer, you can feel free to put that in the chat or the Q&A. Do the social media posts have a link back to the listing on our website? Yes, they do. They do. They're directly tied to your website. Great question there. Yes, absolutely.
I actually have a question.
Yes.
When you were in Design Center on that flyer, I noticed this too when I was playing around with our stuff. At the bottom, it has the company name twice. It said Remax Brokerage, comma, Remax Brokerage. Where does that
Great call out there. Yes. So because we have multiple offices with your brokerage, they're for some reason the way they're pulling our data in is putting like a comma and Remax results again right afterwards. They are fixing that bug right now. So you can change that and just delete the either the entire text box there or just take out the duplicate part there. But yes,
Okay.
that is a bug that they are working on though.
Okay.
Great call out.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Jacob, I think you said this, but what's the time frame that they should expect to receive the assets, the email with the assets when they have a new listing go live?
I don't have the exact time frame, but I can give you a relative idea that different offices that I've been doing this with are saying that, hey, I put the listing in last night and then I woke up in the morning with the email right away. So I'm going to just say probably within that same range that we had in Megaphone, probably within that maybe 4 to 12, even maybe 24 hour at the longest, but I've been seeing that it's much faster than that. It's at usually that 4 to 12 hour time range there. Any other questions? Or any other questions that you all have?
Is there a way to change the sizes of like postcards or any print items, or is it just a standard set of dimensions?
I think that is a standard set of dimensions there.
Okay.
Yes. Gabe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to talk here because I know you got your hand raised. So let me go ahead and click that. So feel free to unmute and ask your question.
Hey there, Jacob. So quick question. So I just followed along and did the social or the core social, set it up to do automatic posts. And I look at the calendar and it's only showing for September I did 1 day a week for the kind of the average post or whatnot. It only showed for the second, which I set it for Saturdays. It only showed one Saturday, and then it showed for both holidays, Labor Day and then Patriots Day.
Right. So great call out there. The calendar will show you up to 1 to 2 weeks in advance. So based off of your activity and the different days that you chose, that does make sense because it's only kind of given us that 1 week time frame that we have. So for example, that's where you'd have to again be kind of in there on a regular basis, just so that way it gives you that time frame, and so that way they can be posting more relative content there. So it really only gives you that up to 1 week time frame to view what is coming next there.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I don't see any other questions. So I wanted to thank Jacob for his time. This has been really informative. And we will send an email out to everyone in the company with the recording and the materials that Jacob's going to provide for us. And I just encourage everybody to check out the new features and try them out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Hannah or me, and we'll help you work through it. So appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Jacob.
Awesome. Yes, no problem. Thank you all so much. I will let us go then. Bye.